Hi, this is Abby from Merely Me magazine, part of Merely Me, a lifestyle and eco-conscious clothing brand. We are here with the EcoFashion Week founder and style fashionista guru, Miss Myriam Laroche. Miss Myriam, thank you very much for your time. The first question that we have for you is, who are you? Can you tell us a little bit more about yourself?
I did a degree in fashion merchandising. I've always knew. I produced, when you graduate in high school, you produce sometimes a fashion show. So the year after I graduated, I came back to my high school and I told them, hey, I want to produce a fashion show. So I did that for 2-3 years. I did everything. My first job was a buyer. Once I was done with my degree as a buyer in Montreal for 2.5 years, then I went back to university. Then I started teaching fashion merchandising at the college I used to study for 5 years. And when I was teaching, I was also I had the fashion column in the daily paper in Quebec City called Le Soleil. And I was doing a radio, all that glamour, jet set fashion aspect of Quebec City. And I was going to Montreal all the time for other things because I was writing about fashion. And yeah, it's been 5 years pretty crazy. And then I went to New York for a while because my boyfriend at the time was there, so did some freelance stuff. And then I went back to Montreal, was a buyer for Jacob, which is a retail chain store. Went back to buying, and after a year, I was like, okay, what's going on with me? I was unhappy. I had so much ambition. I think I was pushing away the idea of being an entrepreneur. I remember my dad being one, and I was kind of, oh my God, so much struggle. So I was avoiding that. But I think when I moved here, I started a job again in the fashion industry, and I quit it, and I stopped working for 8 months, I think, just to figure out what I wanted to do. What's going on? And then it was obvious that I could not push away to be an entrepreneur and to do the stuff the way I wanted to be done.
Sustainability is a relatively new concept in the world of fashion. And getting a show like that started, what was that process like? Can you talk a little bit about how that got started and what you were envisioning and what you see it to be now?
Well, I went for a fashion week because that's a business model that I knew of. I worked with Montreal Fashion Week before, so I went to create something new. I said, instead of creating an event that doesn't exist, let's just start from a business model that I already know. So that's why it became a fashion week. What makes us different is that there's a big educational aspect of it. I think the only way we're going to have the fashion industry, the apparel industry shift towards more responsible way to manufacture and market clothes is to show them why. It's not just about, hey, buy organic cotton. It's about, if you buy organic cotton, because when you buy regular cotton, this is the impact. We are in a great country here. We don't see those rivers that are pink because of textile dyeing, It's in India and it's in China. And until we see it, we hear about it. But as human beings, it's kind of, okay, okay, I heard about it. It's sad. We don't take action that much when you don't see it. So the educational is for that. The seminars, there's always people coming with videos showing, hey, this is what's going on. This is what's going on. And then, hey, here's some solutions. Are they for you? I don't know. A lot of people are asking me, what is the solution? And I always say there's not only one solution. We're starting. It is still experimenting different way. And I think each business should have their own solution because not everybody have the same resources, not everybody has the same business vision. And there's no right and wrong at this moment. I think we're still on the beginning thing, that we're trying, and we just want, to make stuff happen. Well, it's not 9 to 5 ever. It's a 24/7 all the time, meaning that when you work with a volunteer team as well, most of the people, they have full-time jobs. So you have to be available. When one team member calls me at 10 p.m. for a question, I can't say, well, I'm sorry, but it's too late for me. I want to be available because they're donating their time for us.
Mm-hmm.
So, but I always take the time to go to the gym or yoga almost every day. I'm trying to have a very healthy lifestyle.
Mm-hmm.
I teach in fashion merchandising. I bartend, so there's also that aspect. I'm trying to take one day off without email every 3 weeks.
Mm-hmm.
But right now, until the event, I won't have any time off.
Gotcha.
I wake up, like this morning, I needed to call someone in New York, so it happens at 10 a.m. So for me, it's 7 a.m., so I wake up and it's okay. I work from home mostly, so I can keep the pajama on for a while, which is good, so I wake up, sometimes work from my bed. It starts early and it ends late, but I work at home. So I'm trying to see the best of it. I have to admit, some weeks and it still happens. Sometimes I'm wondering, why am I doing this? You're giving that all this energy, you're not being paid, but it doesn't last very long. I always go back to, hey, remember where you were and look at where you are and keep going. And my mantra is never give up. If you give up, you will never succeed because you give up. Where I recycle the most is textile and clothing. I never throw away clothes. It always goes to somewhere else. Is it that I give it to a friend? Now I have the habit. If I go for dinner at one of my girlfriends, I have always a pile of clothes to donate on my desk and on my dresser. And I always bring clothes that I don't wear anymore. Hey, look, I'm not wearing it. And I have one of my friends. It's the same when I go to airplanes, always have a pile. Hey, Myriam, I'm not wearing that. So just instead of, it's just garbage, it's convenience. I don't know if it sounds weird, but to put it in the garbage, you don't have to bring it somewhere. It's convenient. Let's throw it away so I don't have to worry about it anymore. So that's why it's so tough to have people in that busy life, to have them committing to recycling. So there's an effort that has to be done. But you know what? I don't see it as an effort anymore because it's so part of my lifestyle. When I look at my closet, oh, I haven't worn that in a while. Will I wear it again? No. I always have like 3 bins at home, that's clothes that I rotate as well. So I mostly buy stuff that I know I'm going to wear for a long time, but I always get tired at some point, someday. So I put it in my bin, and the year after, I open those bins and I exchange the stuff. This is a good way for me to recycle, to reuse mostly. Hear what we have to say, get educated, and after make a decision. What happens is that when you do an educated decision, there's no place for judgment. But if you do if you take a decision without getting information on it and you judge everything, that's when it doesn't work out. So I just want the public to come and read labels and ask questions and be curious about it. And you're going to see that, you know what, it's not that complicated to be sustainable in fashion.
Mm-hmm.
It's a change in your lifestyle, but you know what? You won't die from it. You'll be fine. You know, you see that big, like, oh, eco-fashion, it's hippie, I'm going to be dressed in potato bags and stuff, and you're like, no, it is not. You know, just look at what we're doing, go to our website, take information, come to the event, get educated.